baseball season's over. The regular season's over. My predictions. The Mets aren't winning the World Series, but the Phillies are a fourth place team. Oh, we're right about that one. And as you can tell from the title of today's video, we got some more predictions for you. Yes, the regular season might be over in Major League Baseball, but the playoffs, the postseason, it's just getting started, and I'm absolutely hyped, even though the Mets aren't in the playoffs. So I figured we're gonna go ahead and do the MLB Postseason Bracket Challenge. It's on their website. You guys know I did a regular season prediction, and today we'll do the Postseason Bracket Challenge. So I'm gonna go through the bracket, tell you who I think is gonna win each series, how many games, give you my thoughts and opinions, and we'll see if I can win that $250,000 that Major League Baseball is handing out. If my predictions get me $250,000, we're gonna be doing some fun stuff on this channel, so you should be rooting for me. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like on it. That's the best way to show your support. Subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the content. If you love baseball, click that sub button. We're gonna be uploading all throughout the month of October and past that too. I mean, I ain't going anywhere. Get in the comment section down below. Let me know who you think is gonna win the 2019 World Series, or you can just tell me about your predictions. Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? I'm not gonna plug my Twitter and Instagram today. Instead, I'm gonna plug my Twitch, which is also GiraffeNeckMarc. Links in the description. I'm gonna be live streaming over there during most of these games, so if you want to do like a live watch along, I might even bring people in from my Discord. Links in the description down below if you want to join the Discord, the Twitch, whatever you want to do. Click those links. We're gonna be watching and talking about baseball a lot in October. So let's get these predictions started. We're gonna start it off with the National League wild card, which has the 4-seed Washington Nationals going up against the number 5 Milwaukee Brewers. Both teams been playing good baseball going to the playoffs pretty much. The Brewers, go figure, you thought they lost Christian Yelich and they were going to be done, but it seems like they only got better. They picked themselves up, let's be honest. And they're the reason why the Mets aren't in the playoffs. I mean, the Mets finished with 86 wins, Brewers a few more. I didn't think the pitching would hold up, but it did. Brewers are in, but I don't know if I can pick against the Nationals. I thought the Nationals were one of the best teams in the National League this year. Their pitching's unstoppable, and in a one-game series where you're going to be seeing Max Scherzer on the mound, you're going to be seeing an ace. I just don't know how I pick against Max Scherzer. Plus, that Nationals lineup is really good. The Brewers are a fantastic team, but they don't rely on their pitching. Their hitting wins them games. And when you have Max Scherzer on the mound, I just don't know how you pick against them in a one-game series. So I'm going to be picking the Washington Nationals to beat the Milwaukee Brewers tomorrow in the National League wildcard game. Now, as for the American League, I feel like this is a much tougher pick here because, like, I just want to go with the Oakland A's and be like, yes, I'm riding the A's bandwagon. That's probably the team I'd be rooting for right now in the playoffs if you're forcing me to choose anybody. But the Rays are really good too. The Rays are a crafty team. These are two teams that I think are very underrated. People don't know a whole lot about each of them because you got the Oakland A's playing out in Oakland. They don't have any real star name besides Matt Chapman. They don't get a lot of national coverage. The Rays play in Tampa. Their own fans don't even go to their games. So they're definitely two under the radar teams. We don't know who's going on the mound for Oakland just yet. We know it's going to be Charlie Morton for the Rays, and if they don't go to him, you know they're going to go to any single arm possible. They love throwing that bullpen out there. I just can't pick against the A's right now. The A's play really, really good baseball, like fundamentally sound. They do all the little things. I love that lineup. I love Matt Chapman. Marcus Semien having a fantastic year. If you guys didn't see it on my most improved video, I think he was like number 2 or 3. Probably could have honestly been even number 1, but he's having a ridiculously good year. Mark Canha has been huge for them. They've had guys stepping up everywhere around the field. I really like the Oakland A's a lot. This is a dangerous team. I would not want to play in the playoffs right now. I got them beating the Tampa Bay Rays in the AL wildcard. Let's stick in the American League here because I just was talking about them and I'm feeling fresh. And we'll go now to the Houston Astros versus Oakland A's series in the ALDS. I know how good I was just saying the A's are. I know I was saying I'm such a believer in them, but you're going up against the Houston Astros. Now, I don't think that this series is going to be over quickly. I think we're probably going to see 5 games here, but it's so hard to pick against that Astros team. Just think about their team pitching-wise, rotation. You got Verlander, Cole, Greinke. You can even throw Wade Miley in there, who's had a really nice season, but legitimately 3 aces in their rotation. I mean, 3 #1 starters. The A's have a great offense. I just don't know if they can match up with that pitching. I know they played each other all year long, so really, it's going to be a tight thing. Like, this is going 5 games, but the combination of that pitching, combination of that bullpen with the Astros, put in that lineup's not even fair. Yordan Alvarez, Jose Altuve, Correa, who's not even playing that much, Gurriel, Springer, Bregman, who's having an MVP type season, Robinson Chirinos is hitting the ball, Michael Brantley, Reddick. I think I'm even forgetting some players on here. They're a loaded team. I just don't know how I pick against the Astros right now. Astros are going to win that series in 5 games over the Oakland A's. And then you've got the Twins versus the New York Yankees in the second ALDS series. This one's really tough. I don't want to pick the Yankees. As you guys know, I'm rooting against the Yankees big time. Please let me see an ALDS exit again from them this year, because we'll be popping champagne because the season's over for them. They can join the Mets right on the couch back there. But I don't know if I can pick against them. Twins are a great team. Offensively, they have broken out this year. It feels like every single player in that lineup has had an absolutely career season. Nelson Cruz, at the age of what, like, he's almost 500, I think, at this point. He hit like 40 plus homers this year. You got Eddie Rosario, who's always consistent, is a stud. Max Kepler broke out. Mitch Garver behind the plate hit 30 home runs this year. You got Miguel Sano, who's starting to hit. You got Polanco at shortstop. Their problem is their pitching, because I think the Yankees pitching is definitely better than the Twins. And when you compare the lineups, they're very comparable as well. I would be rooting for the Twins without a doubt. Like, I'm going, hey, Minnesota, I'm behind you. Let's go get them dubs. But I don't think I can pick against the Yankees. That bullpen's nasty. I think their starting rotation is actually better than they get credit for. I think you're going to see them step up in the playoffs. And if not, they'll just go right to that bullpen. Then, of course, you got the lineup. I mean, Aaron Judge wasn't even playing well this year, and they're still dominant. Brett Gardner hit 25 homers this year. Gary Sanchez, Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu, Gio Urshela, who I can't believe I'm even saying in that sentence. They got Stanton back. I don't know how you pick against the Yankees right now. Yankees are going to move through. Which moves us on to the National League now, where we've got the Cardinals versus the Braves. This is probably one of the tougher series that I have to pick. Although, now that I look at it, I feel like every series has been tough once we get to the ALDS, if it goes the way I plan it. If not, we might have some other stuff going on. But if it stays with how I think it is, I mean, every series looks like it's going to be amazing. The Braves have a super high-powered offense. Their pitching has definitely gotten better. You still have Soroka. You have Fultonavich, who's stepping up. You have Max Fried, who's pitching well. But they live and die by their offense. They are an offensive team. Pitching comes second. They just need to hold the team to less runs than they're going to score, and they're going to win. I mean, that's how baseball works, but that's also how the Braves work. Problem is, they came in struggling a little bit. They just got swept by the Mets to end the season. As for the Cardinals, they've been an on and off team all year. It feels like they're extremely streaky. 6-4 in their last 10, so they're not playing great, not playing poorly, but I like that they have a little more consistency in their pitching. When it comes down to it, pitching's super important, but I think for those reasons, I gotta pick the Braves. I mean, like, the Cardinals are very, very good. There's no doubt in my mind that they're a solid team, but it's gonna take the entire Braves team to get cold for I feel like them to lose this series. I think I got the Braves winning this in 3, honestly. Wow, really? Is that what I'm gonna say? Braves in 3? I guess so. Atlanta, I believe in you, man. Ozzie Albies, Freddie Freeman, Acuna. Pitching's good enough. The bullpen's gotten stronger. I'm a believer in the Braves. Cardinals, great season, but I think the road ends in the NLDS. Not there just yet. But let me tell you, Jack Flaherty, Dakota Hudson, all these pitchers of theirs, their bullpen has been great. If they can get a lead, it's gonna be tough. It's just I don't know if they're gonna be able to get a lead because Atlanta's offense is so incredibly good. And remember how I said this might be the toughest series to pick? I lied. This one is the Nationals versus the Dodgers. Because out of all the teams in the National League right now that are still in the playoffs, according to my thing, and honestly, according to what's actually happening, the Nationals match up with the Dodgers the best this season. In 7 games against the Dodgers this year, they were 3-4, which, you know, not a lot of teams can say they split with the Dodgers, and I'll call that a split. And lineup-wise and rotation-wise and pitching-wise, they're one of the few teams that can match up with them. Biggest problem with the Nationals is going to be that bullpen. It was horrible in the regular season. How bad is it going to be in the postseason? Will it let them down? That's the problem with picking the Nationals, is that bullpen is so incredibly bad. I told you how much I like their lineup. Juan Soto, Anthony Rendon, absolute studs. I think Trey Turner's a fantastic player as well. Adam Eaton, big fan. And then, of course, Scherzer, Strasburg, Corbin, Anibal Sanchez. That's a really good 4. But then you got the Dodgers. Dodgers pitching rotation. Loaded. Kershaw, Buehler, Ryu, Rich Hill. They have so much depth pitching-wise just in starting rotation. It matches up with Washington. And their lineup's better in Washington. The Dodgers are so incredibly deep. The more and more you look at this roster, you go, there's not really a weak spot here. Cody Bellinger, MVP type season. Max Muncy rakes. Will Smith, this new kid they found at catcher, has been great. Justin Turner, great hitter. Jock Peterson's got pop in that bat. Chris Taylor can step up. Gavin Lux, Matt Beattie, Corey Seager. I mean, the list goes on and on of names that I can continue to list for this Dodgers team. Anybody who steps in seems to play well. I've got to pick the Dodgers. It's tough. I really can't pick against the Dodgers. As much as I want to be like, you know, a little edgy and say, ooh, here comes the upsets, the Nationals can very well lose in that wild card game, and the Dodgers are just so much better than everyone else in the National League. I'm going with them. So pretty boring. I think I've gone chalk exactly up until this point, but I mean, these teams are the best in their respective divisions and leagues for a reason. They've played 162 games. They've shown why they're so good. It's hard for me to pick against these teams. I mean, they're really good. And I think it's safe to agree that these 4 that I have right now are the 4 best teams in Major League Baseball. For the ALCS, we have a rematch of the 2017 meeting between the Astros and the Yankees. We know who I'm going to be rooting for here, but who am I going to pick? Astros having home field advantage, I think, is a huge Huge plus for them. I know people don't really like to say home field advantage in baseball is too much because, like, oh, you play in the same stadium, everything's the same. But I feel like when the Yankees are at home, they're a really hard team to beat. They just know how to play at that field, hit the ball to right field, home runs all day. I'm not saying Houston isn't a bandbox. You got the Crawford boxes over in left field. You're going to see lots of home runs. But I like how Houston plays in Houston way more than I do in New York. And I like the Yankees a lot more in New York than they do in Houston. I think this one's going to be a battle. I think this one's going to go to 7 games. But I'm ultimately going to have to pick the Houston Astros to win this one here. As I went through it before, I'm not going to say all the names again, but I think that lineup is going to be too much for that Yankees starting rotation to deal with. And by the time that they do go to the bullpen, it might be a little bit too late. Not to mention that the Astros starting rotation is on another level. Their bullpen is close to the Yankees. It's not as good, but it's close. I really don't know who's going to be the Houston Astros in the American League. Think that you got to pick them to be in the World Series. Yes, it's so boring, but if you've seen this team play, you go, yeah, they're just miles better than everyone else right now, and I don't see them slowing down anytime soon. Houston Astros win the American League pennant, move on to the World Series, in my opinion. Then we got the NLCS, and it's like, am I really going to pick the Dodgers? Am I going to be boring? I wasn't boring in my regular season predictions, and it probably came back to hurt me a little bit, but I don't want to be boring. But the Dodgers are so good. Like, who's going to beat them? I don't see anybody beating the Dodgers. The Braves' offense is off the charts good, but then you look at the Dodgers and go, wait, their offense is somehow better. And the Dodgers pitching is just miles better than the Braves. I know we got the Kershaw curse, or he can't perform in the playoffs, but the dude is still a pretty solid pitcher. Not to mention Walker Buehler, not to mention Hyun-Jin Ryu coming up and showing he's an absolute beast. What do I do here? I'm being boring. I'm sorry. We're going with the Dodgers. It's a rematch of the 2017 World Series. Dodgers win the National League pennant. They beat the Braves. Honestly, I don't think it's very close. I think it's going to be a 4-game sweep on that one. Sorry, Braves fans. Not even going to give you one. Give me a rematch of the 2017 World Series. Houston Astros versus LA Dodgers. This is pretty much the matchup that a lot of people had to start off the year. I went Mets Yankees just because, you know, I'm a little bit crazy and I wanted to believe in my team. What a mistake that was. But realistically, I think everybody kind of knew that these were the two best teams, and then they got better because you didn't expect Cody Bellinger to be an MVP type season. You didn't think Hyun-Jin Ryu to have a Cy Young type year. You add those to teams that were already pretty much the favorites. Come on, this has to be the World Series, right? Then the Astros, incredibly good, and then, oh wait, here's Yordan Alvarez. Oh yeah, here's Michael Brantley remembering how to play baseball and be good again. We have Alex Bregman having an MVP type year. Yuli Gurriel's hitting. Altuve's playing better than he did in his MVP season. And we also traded for Zach Greinke. So yeah, we got even better. These are two absolute giants in Major League Baseball. Number 1 and number 2, the two best teams in baseball. It's gonna go 7 games. It's gonna be an absolute battle. And I'm gonna go with the Houston Astros. I'm sorry, Dodgers fans. 3 years in a row. I'm so sorry. Like, that's the Buffalo Bills of Major League Baseball. I got the Dodgers going back to the World Series for a 3rd year in a row and losing it again. I mean, I can't even imagine what that's got to be like. The Dodgers are Shake Shack, right? Like, Shake Shack's really good. But the Astros are In-N-Out. In-N-Out's on another level. Pepsi, Coke, Cheese Puffs, Cheetos. I mean, it's just like, they're both great. They're both amazing. But one's just a little bit better. And in my opinion, that's the Houston Astros. We're going to win the 2019 World Series. 7 games. 4-3 over the Los Angeles Dodgers. So hopefully this comes through. I don't think that this is a very difficult bracket. I think a lot of people have already done this, so I don't know how I'm going to win the $250,000. But hopefully I do. Fingers crossed, right? If you guys want to participate in this as well, I'll leave a link to the bracket challenge down in the comment section below. So if you want to participate, you can do that. Remember to get in the comments as well and tell me who you think is going to win the 2019 World Series. Give me your predictions. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as well as hit that subscribe button if you're not already subbed and you want to see more of this kind of content. Remember, follow me on Twitch at GiraffeNeckMarc on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming, watching the game live, so if you want to come over there, hang out, watch some baseball together with a bunch of other baseball fans, that's where I'm going to be doing it. And that should wrap up today's video. We got the predictions, we got them done. Tomorrow you're going to be seeing a banger. You're going to be seeing bangers for quite some time here. I got a lot of stuff planned once the season ended. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You know the drill. YouTube recommends you watch this video right here, as well as this is my most recent upload. So click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you all for watching, guys, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye.